Hello, it's Tracy Dix here from Wyrd Learning, and today I am on day 46 of my conversion card challenge featuring James Wedmore's powerful language patterns that convert. So, interesting one today. Day 46, I've got your price equals 7, theirs equals 0. There is a whole world of price and number psychology, but here's a really cool trick that works. Every time you talk about the investment of your product, make sure it ends in a 7. Example, $997. Anytime you talk about cost, such as a competitor cost, end it in a 0. Example, $1,000. Formula, if you want it to sound less, end in 7. If you want it to sound more, end in 0. Examples in action. I've spent over $10,000 to learn what you are getting for just $497. You could pay a personal trainer $200 per session, or you could get access to the same training for just $17 a month. Okay, so here is potentially a very interesting research area if you are in the field of business or psychology, and if you'd like to do some research on whether this kind of price manipulation works or not, because I've heard of it from James Wedmore, but I don't really know that it does. When I was growing up, I always heard that if you kind of end a price in 9, then it makes it sound a little bit cheaper. So like $19.99 sounds cheaper than $20 or £20, even though it's really like the difference of 1 cent or a penny, which is hardly significant. Just something to do with how people's minds process that information. So when it comes to academic writing, of course, it's not really cool to kind of manipulate numbers in this way because research is meant to be evidence-based. But if you wanted to kind of get quite playful with it, what would happen is if you were to manipulate some numbers to ending in 7 if you wanted to make it sound less, and increasing it and ending it in a 0. So I would say that, again, for things like marketing and other types of literature where you're just trying to persuade people around your way of thinking, perhaps a funding bid or something, there might be kind of ethical considerations around this. So I'm just kind of playing with the idea a little bit, but I'm not necessarily saying that this is something that is particularly good to adopt within academic settings. Plus, it probably won't do too much good for your credibility if someone catches you out on it. Particularly as people in business, who are likely to be, granting funding and things like that, might be aware of this little trick, so they might be a little bit more resistant to it. So there we go, quite brief one for today, and do join me for day 47 tomorrow. It'll be quite interesting to see what tomorrow brings. Bye.